Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us here on Valley News Live at 6. I'm Melanie Palmer. After failed efforts to recover and return the remains of prisoners of war and those missing in action, the U.S. is stating that it has now sent recovery teams to the demilitarized zone to collect the remains of missing servicemen from the Korean War. And joining us live now with more is Valley News Team's Joseph Ojo. So, Joseph, what are vets here in the FM area saying about this move?
Melanie, ever since that historic summit meeting not too long ago, many have worried what President Trump and North Korea Kim Jong-un discussed. After it was released that North Korea has as many as 200 remains that they plan to return to the U.S., we spoke with some war vets in our area who say it's about time that their brothers come home. Willis Pritchard describes his time served in the Korean War as quite the experience.
1 minute they're there and the next minute they're gone. So you take it day by day, the best you can.
He tells us that many times it's hard to forget and talk about the people lost because over time, many of them became friends and even like brothers to each other.
I done hard work for my country. I fought for my country. And I believed it. I'd have fought harder. But you know what? I lost so many friends over there, it's pathetic.
Pritchard says though many of his lost brothers were brought back home during the time of the war, knowing that North Korea is planning to return remains to the U.S. is very honorable.
Says to me that our country is looking after their veterans.
It is exciting to hear the news that North Korea has some of those remains and that they're willing to bring them back to the United States.
Even Denise Rowan, who coordinates ceremonies for the veterans of the American Legion, says these reunion talks between North Korea and the U.S. add a belief that there will be peace for years to come once all heroes have returned home to their families.
The closure that gives to a family, that closure is so important.
And if you have a family member or anyone you know who is still missing from any war, the American Legion says to have a DNA sample with an accountability lab on file so that you can identify the remains when they are returned. In studio tonight, Joseph Ojo, Valley News Live.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. And for a list of those missing from the state of North Dakota, you can head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. There are still